What is up, everybody? Noomer here, back with another video. Oh my god, I can't believe it's back to back. But anyways, first thing I want to say is thank you guys so much for all the support from my last video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this one as well. We're going to actually have 3 matches in total, and we'll jump straight into it. But first, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is exactly why Dream Witch is not meta anymore. Now, the first thing I want to point out in IVT, IVL, and IJL, and even in COA 7, after I've watched, various gameplays of the tournament round picks, whether it's first round, second, or even third, the main things that you're going to be seeing is you're going to be seeing an opera singer, you're going to be seeing an Ivy, you're going to be seeing these third round picks being unique, as if it's Hermit, Gamekeeper, depending on the map. You're going to see Anne come out, and you're going to see Bloody Queen come out. You don't really see Dream Witch come out too often unless you're going against Sprinter, but that's, again, neither here nor there. Now, when talking about how strong a hunter is, I think Dream Witch definitely gets up there because she's still a strong hunter in general, definitely in the right hands. Amazing hit by there from Music Man with the leech. Gonna go ahead and bring main body over to me, but gonna switch over to the acrobat. But again, speaking in terms of Dream Witch, with these new survivors that are coming out, we got dodging type of deals like Aeroplanist. We have triple hit survivors like Psychologist. We also have kiting type of survivors like Patient, where it's almost near impossible to get him if they use their hooks properly. So that's a big issue with this current meta against Dream Witch, right? We're running decoder team comps. We're running kiting team comps with 1 guaranteed rescuer. So again, like me, who's been, #1 survivor for multiple seasons, 2-3 years ago, the team comps weren't like that. We were running double rescuer so we can guarantee off the 30-second and another 30 seconds. But now, with the meta completely shifted, amazing dodge by Psychologists with the mind game, using their knee-jerk flex as well to the best of their ability. Great job on their end. But anyways, like I was saying, it's not that Dream Witch isn't still strong. It's just not as strong as it used to be, especially with these new hunters coming out. Like I was speaking about earlier, we always see in the first round an Ivy or an Opera pick just because of how strong they've become with their mind games, with their chase ability, things of that nature. And obviously not to mention their late game, right? The way they can stop Cypher Rush. These are big components, and it's not that Dream Witch doesn't have it, it's just it's not as strong anymore. But we'll stop talking about that for now, and we'll be talking about this gameplay. As you can see, there's already 2 ciphers left. Not one person has been shared, but we do have 2 leeches on the field. We're going to see Acrobat go ahead and take the kite. Ends up missing that hit, unfortunately, but still going to get Acrobat hit once. And again, he doesn't have a leech on him, and I'm pretty sure that was main body that hit him. Now you're going to see Barry be a bot here, trying to take off their leech with, the hunter switching targets going to them. You're going to see Psychologist is going to take the window. Barry's going to go around because you don't want to mix up, someone take an extra hit for no reason, especially because you got to remember, we're going against high tier hunters, right? We're going against Hydra level hunters. We're going against Dragon level hunters. So they've used this character multiple times. They're not going to be playing characters that they've never used before, or at least that I haven't seen, right? And the big mindset you want to keep in mind when you take these first kite against any Dream Witch you go against is more than likely they're going to be running Patroller, right? So what you need to start learning is how can I counter Patroller? I'm sure you've learned before, and if you haven't, I'll be explaining it here. It's pretty simple. Amazing pallet stun by Barry, by the way, guys. But like I was saying about Patroller, the way it works is that the bite bites off every 5 seconds, right? And I think it starts with a 15-second timer. And what you need to realize is you can't do anything too early. You have to wait until you see that number 5 marker, or whether it's a 5 or a 0. You get what I'm saying nonetheless. And then when it starts to tick down is when you want to use an ability. So for example, the way to counter it is by dropping a pallet, vaulting a window, vaulting a pallet, as well as using your flywheel. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can explain in the comment section how you don't understand, and maybe I can make a future video on it. Now I'm really going to focus on explaining how this endgame works, right? We have 4 survivors alive when we pop the cipher, and then you can see, unfortunately, the hunter is eventually going to switch to blink. Didn't even have to use it, and ends up getting the acrobat down. Now keep in mind, I still have my gun. I know that Barry's leech is 99, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot main body and immediately get that rescue. No, I do not have tied, but again, it's still a guaranteed rescue. And you can see that even if this leech blinks, it's still going to go for the painting. So the hunter ends up surrendering. So we'll move on to the next one. So we'll really dive deep into this one. We're going against another Dream Witch. We're going to be on Red Church. You're going to see me on Forward. You're going to see Barry on Postman. And you're going to see our two randoms. You're going to see Toy Merchant and we're going to see Composer, right? So with this team comp, we do have a slow decoder, which is going to be Forward. But no worries because we have a really, really quick decoder, which is going to be Composer. Now, Postman is also very helpful because not only can he kite, especially with his new buff, but as well as he can decode very well with no debuffs. And same with Toy Merchant. Good kiter, good supporter, kind of in the same realm of Postman. Now you're going to see the hunter's immediately going to chase the Toy Merchant. They messed up right there by when they got patrollered, they dropped the pallet. So in that situation, you're really just wasting time, even though you're going to take a hit no matter what. You want to keep that pallet up because what we call that is the God pallet. So amazing job by this Dream Witch by using their patroller early, which you want to see, and as well as is getting that hit off early. So you're going to see Toy Merchant, I think it's only a 10-second cooldown or 20-second cooldown once you use your catapult, so they end up using it again. But you're going to see they're going to rotate right into a Cypher, and that's going to be Barry. You never want to do this. You always want to kite where the hunter came from is the biggest thing. But you're going to see she does an amazing job by picking up her leech right there. You know what I mean, like the marker. But I think the Dream Witch made a huge mistake there by not switching to the Toy Merchant's leech and trying to take the 50-50 at the window by hitting her. Because look, now she's fucking flying away, and what are you supposed to do against that, right? She's just going to keep transition kiting you, and there's literally nothing you can do as a hunter. But they do this window trick here where the main body vaults it, and that's going to allow the hunter to block off that window. But the good news is Barry's letter actually got to the Toy Merchant in time, which is going to give her that speed boost. And you're going to see the Toy Merchant does an amazing job just staying alive as long as possible and gets an amazing, crucial pallet stun right there just to last a little bit longer. As well as nobody's at graveyard, so this is an amazing opportunity to kite. Amazing job by Toy Merchant by using their transition abilities with knee-jerk flex to the right, or just perfect timing in general. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention to is that little mind game right there. Now you're going to see each red light coordinates with which leech set the hunter is on, and Toy Merchant, even though it was subtle, did an amazing job right there, as well as getting hit by their leech. So now we're going to know that only main body is alive, and at this point, I did something very risky, guys, that I don't recommend as Forward, but I thought, you know what, if I take a hit, I take a hit, I could just stun on chair, and you're going to see, boom, I end up actually hitting that stun, allowing this Toy Merchant to continue their first kite with only 2 ciphers left. Now, as you saw, Composer's actually doing the graveyard cipher, and we're leaving middle as the last cipher as well. And I think that she just threw over a football, but I'm not 100% sure, guys. I just know at this point, right when I hear that switch in the trait, that they switch to blink, and you're going to see an amazing stun right there to allow the Toy Merchant to make the window. Keep in mind, she's the only one at half health at this point, and I'm just going to be as patient as possible before I use my flywheel. And then at that point, main body ends up pulling away for infinite speed. Now, I let Barry know this, hey, that the hunter is going to more than likely be on you, as the Toy Merchant was able to get away. And again, guys, if you've never won against the Dream Witch, you can always see at the top left if the main body is on you or not. Now, you're going to see that she's going to end up just coming straight back to middle to put pressure on the middle cipher, because keep in mind, we only have 1 cipher left, and you're going to see that the Composer is actually going to be healing the Toy Merchant, and you're going to see that the hunter's actually lost in the fucking sauce. They don't know where these survivors went, but at this point, they're just going to, you know, go over to the last cipher, which is middle, which is what she thinks, because it is, right? Until Composer and Toy Merchant start backgate. Now, if you ask me, if I play Dream Witch, not only do I have to use my fucking mind to 10, I have to go against these cracked ass survivors. I'd be personally pissed. I wouldn't even want to do it anymore, especially with 1 cipher left. But you can see this Dream Witch doesn't give up, and I love tenacity, guys, right? Now, amazing flywheel by Barry, but unfortunately the hunter's been pallet stunned too many times, so they end up swinging through that pallet, and Barry does not punish them for it. So amazing job by this Dream Witch. So you're going to see Barry at half health, but again, I'm just going to keep putting pressure on this cipher. But by the time the hunter ends up leeching me, that the cipher is almost primed at backgate, which is going to allow them to also open backgate door as well. Now I'm just waiting for the main body to notice me with the leech to hit me, and at this point they're just going to pop right away. So I'm like, you know what, say less. So I'm going to start heading over to red carpet, but I notice with the top left, guys, pay attention, that the main body was on me. But you can see now that I don't see that icon anymore. I know that she immediately went over all the way to red carpet. So I'm like, you know what, I still have a little football left. I'm going to just football to the gate, and then again, I see that icon again. But at this point, 3 survivors already make it out. I'm going to forward over to the Toy Merchant Catapult, but she's going to end up forfeiting. Because why? Why would you go through that? Now, if you've heard me yap all this video, I want to throw in a little tidbit. Yes, this is ranked, but this is when we were able to 4-stack when I was still trying to hit champion. Again, I'm Titan. The season's about to end, which it should be already by the time you hear this video. But we'll jump straight into it anyways, guys. All the matches I show are only ranked as well, if you don't know. And this one's a little silly. We're running a 4-stack Lucky Guy against Dreamwitch, right? So you're going to see Barry does an amazing elbow pad right there. But we're also going to see Barry doesn't do not so good in this match. And I'll show you here in a second. Now, with Lucky Guy, guys, everybody can wish for something in the beginning. But that one wish can already be granted to one person. And again, it's still a 50-50 chance that it'll work. Now, me, being Numer, I wish for a gun because I love Coordinator, right? And then you're going to see that I end up opening a chest later for a pocket watch. Now, Barry at this point has to take the lead shit because Music Man, the Dream Witch we got again, is doing a fantastic job by pinching Barry. And you're going to see the Patroller comes out early, which is also an amazing job. But pay attention, guys. Look, the 15 going into the 14-second mark was when the bite happened. So you got to drop the pallet here into the 10 going into the 9-second marker. And you're going to see Barry messes up here by not going for the pallet drop, which is good because the Hunter swung through it, but also messing up the flywheel. So it's going to end up going down here. You're going to see more than likely what most Dream Witches do. If they're near a cipher, they will leech the person closest to that cipher, or sometimes they'll do the person on the chair. It really just depends. But what do? I whip out that motherfucking Glock and I go, bah! So I can get that early rescue, which kind of sucks, but allows Barry to rotate. And you're going to see I end up somehow taking that lead hit for Barry, which it was on me anyway. So it worked out, right? No complaints here. And yes, I know the comment section is going to be like, but Numer, you dropped the pallet on Barry. Keep in mind, guys, we're running 4-stack Lucky Guy. Are we really taking this game serious? Be fucking for real. Now you're going to see Jay is the other person playing Lucky Guy that's nearby with the Chinese name. He's going to do something really risky here. Ends up flywheeling. It ends up working out as well with the elbow pad. And you're going to see most chests are already open because we're literally 4 Lucky Guys. And you're going to see Barry's going to abuse Factory because what do survivors do? They take the easiest route. Can I blame Barry? No. But if I was a hunter, I'd be pissed. The biggest tip I want to give you guys when you go against Dream Witch is just to transition kite your ass off. If you guys haven't noticed already, all of us are actually running a suicide build as well. So we're really trolling. You're going to see an amazing bleak by Music Man. Baited out the pallet to see if they can get the hit under it. Ended up not getting it, but they still, you know, switched to blink and it worked out. That's what most Dream Witches do. They don't switch to warp. They don't switch to anything. More than likely, they'll either run the Patroller trump card switch to blink, or they'll run blink switch trump card to teleport sometimes. Just depends. Or maybe they'll even Patroller and then switch. Now you can see Music Man tries to catch Jam off guard there. It ends up working out. Seems like both of them are lagging a little bit. You're going to see that the Hunter ends up hitting the chair, unfortunately. Jam does an amazing rescue here. Like, truly an amazing rescue by taking that body block as well after the rescue and dropping the pallet, allowing Barry to transition kite so far away. But what is Barry going to do? What they do best. And you'll see that here in a second. Now, keep in mind, the only person that's ever been leeched was Barry, except for the one time it was me, but I ended up taking that hit. And you can see I'm at full health. You know, Jam's the only one that's half injured because of the initial body block after rescue. So again, Barry has both leeches on her. She has not only the main body leech, but she also has the leech that is going to be continuously following her until it stops with infinite speed, which is going to allow that leech to end up breaking that pallet, allowing the main body to move as fast as they want. Amazing flywheel by Barry, but there's really not much they can do in a situation like this where Music Man just keeps putting constant pressure on her. Now, I switch over this point of view just to show that this cipher will almost be primed, as well as the other one that I'm working on. Now, keep in mind, guys, because I'm closest to the Hunter, they're going to head straight to me. So at this point, when we're all running suicide builds, I'm going to immediately pop the cipher. Now, the biggest thing I want you guys to pay attention to is that there's 2 ciphers that immediately popped, right? Could have maybe caught the Hunter off guard. Now, I know this main body leech ended up using blink, so I know that I have enough time with the perfume to perfume back if they don't fall for it. And then I'm immediately going to use my pocket watch to try to see maybe I could clutch dungeon. Maybe I can. We're gonna find out. Now, at this point, when I reach the snowman, I start shitting my pants. There hasn't been a single swing by the main body leech, so I start to get scared. But at this point, like I said, I'm running a suicide build, so I'm gonna use my knee jerk flex right here to vault this window, and I'm gonna fly a wheel straight to the dungeon and clutch it. If you guys like this video, make sure to comment that you love me. I'm Noomer, and I'm out.